Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode fucking 36, I think, of Shattered Earth. We haven't played for a couple weeks, so last we left off, you guys did a shit ton of downtime stuff, and I believe now are on the road to the next part of the adventure, which involves, if I'm not mistaken, chartering a ship to take you somewhere.
Yeah, I believe the plan was to go to that island in the middle of space.
No, to go to the point on the map in the middle of space, which you assume to be an island, yes. Alright. So we left off with you guys having arrived at Migran for the second time.
Because reason we're going on ahead with this because we found out that it's gonna be the better part of a fucking year.
Yes.
Until Chance has to be back for the coronation. So
yeah, it's going to be a process. And in the meantime, you guys are free to do what you'd like with impunity.
You know, if you think about it, every man is an island.
What?
Is that part of the Sigma male doctrine?
I mean, nobody could exist as could survive as an island, but every man by himself is an island.
All right. So in the meantime, while that stuff is happening, you've arrived in Migran. You're looking to charter a ship. Last time you were in port, there were quite a few ships milling about, and that is still the case as of now. How are you going about this? Tell me what you do.
well, as far as I'm aware, there were a few ships that were there. There was that shitty goblin ship which we're not using. There was that Aarakocra ship which I don't remember anything about because I don't think I wrote anything down. Anything? I don't think I wrote anything down about it in my notes.
I gave you just a few options of potential ships that you had as options for you to choose from. The one that's spouting black smoke and magical tar into the air. That one is nowhere to be
shitty
seen.
goblin.
Yeah, the goblin ship. The goblin ship, I believe it was called the Storm Belcher. That one is not to be seen, at least not on this day that you have arrived. There are ships of the other two varieties, though. More so of the Onesian design than the Aarakocran, than the Netrian design. So, what are y'all doing?
What were the two ships still here?
There's two types of ship. There's the standard airship galleon, and then there is a more elegant affair. Some with balloons, some not with balloons.
So the Aarakocras that are probably going to charge a storm in the leg. Okay, let's look at the normal galleons first.
Okay.
Hey, what about that smoking one? That looks like fun.
There isn't one.
The smoking one is not there today. one is off somewhere else.
Ah,
Hey,
Do you just walk up to a random one, or
I assume like there's probably like some no, not. If they're trade ships, they probably have to go through some kind of process to deliver shit when they arrive, correct?
Oh yeah, a couple of them are in that process as you speak. There are sailers or air sailors. I don't know, whatever you would call an airship crew.
I think you still call them sailors.
Sure. There's a number of them loading and unloading the various ships that are docked in port at the moment. All various types and creeds. You can see that. I mean, just in general, as you're perusing the dock, the process is relatively the same. There are, people milling about. There are others who are on deck giving orders and overseeing what is going on, who you can assume to be some form of higher officer. And this is just from a cursory perspective. If you want to pay a little bit more attention, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Of course, perception. Yeah, I am never making a low wisdom character again. There's just so much in this fucking system that relies on having decent wisdom.
Yeah,
It actually is pissing me off how fucked I can get with that.
So.
Actually, we have the fucking time. Can I just take a 20? Like we're not in any hurry.
I mean,
this ain't no 3.5.
Yeah, this isn't 3.5.
I mean, doesn't 5e have a system for that too?
No.
No.
I have done so out of courtesy in the past, but I'm requiring a roll here because this is you not only watching and absorbing what's going on, but interpreting that in a meaningful way. So this would be, I mean, you can see them doing stuff.
I'd argue investigation might be an applicable role there.
Well, investigation would be just if you were going up and talking to people. I wouldn't mind that. But this is just as you are walking along the air dock here, looking at the process and being like, all right, do I walk up and talk to people? I don't see anyone else walking up and talking to people at the moment. Is there someone else I need to talk to? Blah blah blah. Like just trying to glean information just by paying attention.
Is there any sailors who at least look vaguely important as opposed to a centered like deckhand?
Yeah, there's a number of them that are on the ships themselves who are giving orders. You can see that they are giving orders to the other men, and women, I guess, because we're an inclusive society here.
Anyone not on the boat? Because I'm fairly certain stepping onto someone's ship without their permission is probably going to be a bit of a faux pas.
That's not just faux pas. That's like asking to get punched in the face, and you're giving permission.
Yeah, and then arrested. So yes, there of the ones that are currently unloading cargo, there are a number of people who are walking around and getting on and off the ship doing different things, and you can tell a couple of them are like crewmen in charge of something at least. I will also say that you don't necessarily need to go interrupt those people. I gave you a list of taverns last time I was here. There was one that was a haunt for sailors who are unloading cargo, who come back from long journeys and get shore leave. So that is also another source of information you could tap if you wished.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like if any of these were I'm just wondering if like any of these were working. If try and slow that down so I can actually, be coherent.
Yes, understand.
If you, if any of these sailors work for a trading company like fucking like any like major shipping company or trading company,
Yeah.
there'd probably be an office where you'd have to go talk to if you wanted to try and get any assistance from them.
So you're looking for that type of building?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me investigation then.
Okay. 18.
Even better. There doesn't seem to be any established company, like warehouse or building or anything like that, as far as you can tell. It seems that the ships, for the most part, operate independently. There is a harbor master's office, who presumably deals with many different ships on a day-to-day basis.
Repeat that last bit, please.
A harbor master's office exists where the harbor master would deal with these ships on a day-to-day basis.
Hey, can I knock?
You're not allowed to. Unless I say otherwise, you're not allowed to break anything.
I knock on the harbor master door enough to make it, shake the door, but not enough to break it.
Okay. Just go, go, go. The door swings open a little bit each time you pound on it, so it's not like it's currently locked or closed or anything.
Hey, anybody here?
The door is open.
How tall is the door frame, by the way?
Standard for humanoid size. Should be, comfortable for up to 6'2".
Okay, so I have to hunch down. I have to squat down a little bit to get in.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
hey, so me and my folks here are looking for boat, ship, whatever. Maybe you could help us. Yeah.
Well, you've come to the right place. I assume you wish to chart a ship from the dock. And I am in fact the harbor master.
I look back at Chance like, yeah, no.
Wonderful.
Yeah, yes, we are trying to charter us.
So you open the door, stepping in, and from around the corner you hear footsteps, and then an elderly human male steps around. Completely bald on his head. He's got a pretty decent...
Can relate.
Pretty decent beard. A pretty decent, like, white, snowy beard on his face. No eyebrows at all. He's completely missing eyebrows. Looks to be, like, in his early to mid 60s, if you had to guess. And wearing fine clothes befitting of his station. But are you just looking for a series of ships that are in the dock, or hoping for something specific?
Nothing directly specific. It was more. It seemed like it might have been rude to just ask when they were unloading cargo.
Well, I mean, I don't know which ones are willing to transport you necessarily. I don't know the nature of this trip you're planning on taking. Is it just a passenger voyage? Are you going on holiday? What are you doing?
Expeditionary.
Okay.
Give me a quick second. back. I just had to grab something from my nightstand.
Alrighty.
What did he say about when I asked about the expeditionary?
He let it hang in the air, and he's waiting for you to elaborate further.
We have reason to believe there's a place of interest out in the what do they call it? I'm trying to remember because there's a word for it when there's like the void between continents or some shit.
It's called the open sea.
On the we visibly there's a island floating in the open sea that might have a place of interest.
So it's a personal voyage, then, not looking to hitch a ride on the route of another ship. Then, I understand. Well, that limits your options quite a bit, but depending on how much money you wish to spend, you could find any number of ships along the harbor. Are you looking for recommendations? I have had dealings with almost all of these ships before.
Would you have any idea of any of the rates they might charge for such a voyage?
It's something for you to discuss with the captain of each ship, I suppose. If you're looking to charter his boat and interrupt what his future plans are, I assume, then you'd better be willing to at least pay your way.
Oh, of course.
Depends on
can you put...
what this captain wishes to do, and also probably what his ship can do.
Can you put us in contact with any such captain?
Well, like I said, depends on what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Are you looking for something heavily guarded, protected, military? I have this available in dock at the moment, so I suspect they will require substantial commitment on your part in order to facilitate this trip of yours. I also have a number of merchant vessels. So
the biggest concern is getting from point A to point B and back.
Are you looking for expediency? I have a number of light merchant vessels in the dock right now who don't carry much cargo, and as a result can travel fairly quickly.
That would be preferable, and if need be, we can also provide, as to sweeten the deal, we can provide security ourselves.
Okay. Well, let me take a look. He reaches behind a counter at the desk that's in the room and pulls out a big leather-bound ledger and opens it to the most current page, where he has a record of all the ships that have come into port today and the record of those that have left. He says, "Alrighty, let's see. I have looks like I have 3 options for you. There is the Saracen, Saracen.
One more time.
The Saracen. It's hard to say.
All right.
Accent. The Saracen, Saracen.
Saracen.
Mm-hmm. And captained by Captain Arturo Maget. Maget.
Captained by
Arturo Maget.
I assume Arturo is Arturo.
Yeah, that's how Arturo. Yes, however you would normally spell Arturo.
Yeah, and Margit.
Marget.
One letter off from being the Fell.
Yes. This is me randomly generating names as we go.
Wait. There's a guy named Maggot?
I wouldn't call
Marget.
that. I wouldn't call him that to his face, unless you wish to be thrown off the boat or charged an exorbitant price.
I just want to make sure I heard it right. That's all I'm saying.
Marget. Marget.
Market.
Right.
There is the 7 stars. It's the second ship. It's a Netrian in make, owned by Captain Sijima. Timaro. So Sijima, Sigimar. Maro, Maro.
All right, and what was the name of that ship again?
The 7 stars.
The 7 stars. Got it. I imagine Tavanta wants to charter that one. Would want to charter that one.
Yeah. I'm getting a good feeling about that one. And then there is the let's see. I'm see if I can find one that doesn't make no sense at all. Let's see. There is the Oswego. Sure. Why not? Oswego is Oswego. Or Oswego. Whatever you want to call it. That one is captained by Captain Crisis. Crisis Jitendra. Chrysys. Jitendra. Jitendra. All of these light merchant vessels could have expediency in your journey. Won't carry a lot of cargo, so I don't know if you're planning on treasure running, but if you wish to carry at least something and make the journey there, then certainly enough. They don't offer much in the way of protection, but if you are confident you can provide security, I suppose that could be a talking point to discuss between you and the captain.
All right, so we have 3 ships, 2 ships we can look at currently. There's the Saracen and the 7 stars. Unless you mentioned a third one and I missed it.
I did, yes. The Oswego. Oswego is Oswego. That's the third one.
WEGO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oswego.
Captained by...
Let's say Crisar. I don't remember what I even just said. I've been randomly generating all this random bullshit, but first name Crisera. Sure, we'll go with that. Crisera, CHRYSERA. Crisera.
And last name?
Jitendra. JITENDRA.
Alright. Oh, neat. The name. They have the name rhymes.
Sarah de Tindra. Right. If you're looking for something with a bit more firepower, I can also find those. Military vessels are not like to take passengers, but if you can convince them it's important, I suppose they'll be happy to take a
No,
break from the monotony.
no. I think this is the names you give it would serve well enough.
Very well, of
Thank you for your assistance.
course. Please come back if you have any other questions for me. But I must attend to my work now.
And to kind of thank him for taking the time, give him a silver.
You're tipping the harbor master?
Yeah.
Okay. He like catches the coin and looks at it, gives you like a cocked eyebrow, and is like
Well, you took the
shrugs
time.
and put it in his pocket.
Like when he gets a cock eyebrow, Chance is like, "What? You took the time to help us out. It's only fair you get something out of it for your time."
Well, I'm not used to getting tips for it, I will say that much. But I'll take it. Your generosity is appreciated.
Close. I assume we leave and then we decide who we want to approach first.
Sure. Up to you guys. If you want to scout out the ships, I'll give you randomized descriptions of them. So the first one on the docket was the... I need to write these down so that I can have them in my notes as well. The Saracen. We go to here, and then towns, etc. We go to Cernum Province and Migron. Okay. Okay, well. I didn't give you the harbor master's name, did I?
No, you do not.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good to me. All right. So, remind me again who is the captain of the Saracen.
That is Arturo Marget.
Okay. I'm going to write these down so I don't forget. Who's the captain of the other one, the Seven Stars?
Sigimar Moro. And the Oswego is captained by Crucera Tendra.
Crucera. Okay. Fucking fancy name generator. I swear to God, it's gonna make me have an aneurysm. Alright, I'm gonna write those three down, and then their ships were the Oswego.
That one is Crucera Jitendra.
Yes, working backwards. Seven Stars is Sigimar. And Arturo had the Saracen. Okay. So scouting out which ships are which. They're all docked currently. The Seven Stars is the only one that is currently unloading cargo. The other two appear to be just at dock. The Saracen is a all of these are light merchant vessels. There's smaller boats than the galleons you've seen before, like the straight up like gigantic like cargo ships per se. Each one has a number of like fin-like sails that are affixed to them, and a pair of what do you call them? Mangonels, I think they're called. The crossbows that swivel. I'm pretty sure that's
No,
called a mangonel.
no, those are ballistas. The mangonels are the catapults.
Okay, so ballistas then. We'll call them ballistas. There's a pair of ballistas mounted at the front of each vessel. They are similar in design to one another and perform similar functions, but the designs are slightly different. The Saracen and the Oswego are Onetian vessels. They fly two flags, one of the Onic colors and one of the colors of Migron, which apparently has its own what do you call it, coat of arms. The Seven Stars flies the flag of the flag of Netria, specifically the flag of the Nimbans, which is it's a sun rising over the horizon with a halo around it, the ring around it. The Seven Stars is captained by a crew of Aarakocra, primarily. Though there are some humans amongst them that seem to be loading and unloading the cargo that they've been transporting, moving up and down on the gangplank, gathering crates and offloading them. For the most part, though, the Aarakocra there are don't appear to be very helpful. Like, they just kind of seem to be sitting around and watching the humans do their work. A couple of them are flying around the ship at different points, performing repairs with various tools. Just basically doing checks and everything like that. The Oswego and the Saracen are both appear to be like dormant in terms of like working. There are a couple of seafaring dudes like hanging around the deck of each ship, just to guard it so people don't like wander on, obviously. But it appears that most of the crew is either below deck or on shore leave at the moment. Now, give me 1 second. I'm going to let you guys discuss amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I'll be like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back.
He's back.
Sorry, had to go pick something up.
That's what she said.
Sure. I had to pick up a package from Amazon that I was expecting. Okay. Was there a decision?
No.
Cool. Let's make one.
Our decision was to check the 3 different ships, see what they're charging, and see what we can negotiate.
Okay.
Kind of just check them all, effectively.
For the sake of expediency, I'll give you the answers of all 3 just as they are. The 2 who are just being guarded by a crew, the Onetian ones, they don't they kind of like are like, well, the request like that, you probably need to talk to the captain. One of them, the captain, is on board the ship. The other one, the captain, is enjoying some shore leave somewhere in town. So the captain of the Saracen, which I believe I told you was Arturo, Captain Marget, is in his office. He is a half-elven man, darker skin, short black hair under his captain's hat, wearing, captain's formal attire. In his office currently, writing on it with a quill and ink on his at his desk. He has a kind of like a what do you call it, like a Van Dyke goatee kind of thing going on. And as you're escorted to him and you open the door, the sailor goes, couple of people to see you, Captain. He says, Arturo says, all right, fine, let them through. To what do I owe the pleasure? What can I do for you?
We wanted to discuss perhaps chartering a vessel for a trip.
Chartering a vessel for the trip. And what are the details of this trip that you have planned?
Chance will pull out a map and mark where we believe that second key is. We are under the impression that there might either be some sort of floating island or structure here in the open sea.
Well, I hate to tell you, just looking at this from a cursory view, there's usually only major storms that pass through that area. I see no major landmass marked on your map, but you have it on good faith that this is something that is out there for you.
We have good reason to believe so, yes.
It is a dangerous journey, and my ship is captained by crew that enjoy their lives. Do you have the money to pay for their assurance and the assurance of their families?
We have money to pay and security to provide if that would sweeten the deal.
He kind of gives you a quizzical look. Provide security. In what manner do you provide security?
At that moment, my character just fled.
I see this one's very strong. I see you are some form of arcane practitioner, judging by the rune on your forehead.
And the devil next to him.
This is true. I do not presume. Tieflings come in many forms and sizes.
We have a druid who is proficient in the healing arts.
And a wizard.
Very well. This actually does intrigue me. We don't have a deck wizard, so it would be interesting to suddenly, all of a sudden, gain 3.
What the hell is a tech wizard?
Deck wizards are typically hired by more, how you say, prolific merchant vessels to protect their goods against pirates, namely the Clouded Kings, who tend to stalk the open sea looking for easy prey. It's one of the reasons why I travel light. I make myself less of a target. Unfortunately, it means that I don't make enough money to hire a wizard to protect our goods from piracy.
Well, maybe you should stop that.
I would love to. Do you want to buy me a new ship?
What? No, I'm saying to stop running light. Get some, tech wizard.
My cargo hold can only hold so much. Listen, if this is what you are providing, security, I would assume also that there is some form of treasure at the end of this.
Presumably.
I'm all one for adventure.
Wait, hold up. You're in for a treasure? I thought you guys are just nerds and doing fucking digging at, looking at the old buildings.
Oh no.
Those things are not mutually exclusive.
Yes.
Shit, those guys at the bar lied to me.
I have chartered a number of expeditions for various collectors over the ages, over the past decade or so. I wouldn't mind doing so for you, as long as you have the coin to provide my crew and I with insurance, shall we say. There is also the matter of this. Typically, when I deal with adventurers, they are magnets for trouble. So I will say this. You provide security aboard my ship. I will charge you I will charge you for the room and board aboard my ship, plus the cost of food for my crew for this journey, as well as, let's say, an average of my last few shipping runs, considering that according to your map here, this is going to take about a month, if not more, of travel. In exchange, you keep whatever you find on that island. I will do my best to get you there if there exists one in that area. I will remind you that there is quite a lot of Arcanite stormfronts in that area that, generally speaking, not fun to fly into. Option B is you take a lesser fee now, but I get a percentage of any treasure you find, monetary or otherwise.
How much is this thing gonna cost anyway for each?
Altogether, I'd say with my crew the way that it is, plus the fact that we do need to resupply for this charter, if we are in fact going to take it, I would charge you, call it 1,500 gold even.
That's together, right?
Yes, together. Total amongst your person.
Okay.
If you would rather do a percentage of the treasure, then option B can be 1,200 gold up front and 10%.
Alright. Remind me, this is for Arturo, correct?
This is for Arturo.
I'm writing down his rate. Because I do want to at least check in on what the other two ships might offer.
Sure. He gives you two options. 1,500 gold flat for just chartering his boat, and you can do whatever the hell you want. Ultimately, obviously, he is the captain, so he gets to, call shots on certain things.
So it was 1,500 with no treasure percentage, 1,200 with 10% treasure percentage.
Yep. That's the deal.
Yeah, but you do know if there's no treasure, you don't get paid, right?
I mean, he'd still get the 1,200. He just wouldn't get any treasure percentage. That
Sure.
would go.
You could make me a very rich man. It appears we're heading into the direction of Arival, and I know that there are, well, for lack of a better word for it, there are hordes of treasure over there that have been gathered by adventurers, delving into places where they've found or researched or destroyed the previous denizen of it. So
Understood.
you could make me a very rich man with 10%. If not, then my loss. But at least I get paid either way.
Okay.
All right. I will keep that in mind. We were recommended to ask about two other ships. We'll see. If this seems to be the best deal, we'll come back.
Very well. Though I will say you will not find a captain so gung-ho as me amongst those that are docked here. Good luck convincing the others. They may ask more of you than I have.
Well, if they do, we'll come back here.
With that, you leave. The Oswego, captained by Priscilla Jatendra, the captain is not aboard their ship when you go and visit that one. She apparently has shore leave somewhere in town. So if you want to leave a message, be my guest. If you want to go and try and find her, also be my guest.
Let's look for her.
Okay.
Shouldn't it be an investigation?
Sure. I'll say investigation or persuasion, whichever you want to do.
Oh, since Flamora already rolled investigation, I'll roll a persuasion, just to cover bases, I suppose.
Sure.
And I'll be flexing my muscle and looking good back here.
All right.
Okay.
Chance, you're asking people around if they've seen where the captain is. If you're like, hey, I'm looking for this captain. Do you know where she went? You're getting a lot of no's until you get one that points you in the direction of a tavern, known as the Hunter's Flagon, if I remember correctly, was the.
Oh, so it's my flagon. Neat.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Hunter's Flagon.
Look. So 99% of the time, those jokes get made at my expense. I'm really just trying to make one of them myself.
Go for it. I applaud you. It's not the prettiest looking building. The doors are kind of lopsided on the hinges. The wood seems to be old and rotted in places, and the shingles are falling off as well. And in many of the patches of roof that still remain. But moving up to that place, you can see there are a number of sailors inside of this tavern who are drinking, talking, discussing things. Think she could probably be in there. The person who pointed out to you says, I don't know, but that's where all the sailors go when they get here, so maybe she's there. With a 25 investigation check, you'd Flamora spot amongst the crowd inside of the tavern when you kind of peer inside. At a back corner table, there is a collection of people, including a female dressed in what appears to be captaincy clothing, fine clothing that would denote a higher station, as opposed to the rough and tumble sailor dress that is typical in this location.
Jeez. Right there.
All right, well, I will talk to her. I will probably spend like a couple copper for a drink to at least somewhat placate whoever we're talking to by giving them booze.
Okay. What do you say?
Reminder, we're after
Captain
we're looking
Sarah.
Crucera. Okay.
Captain of the Oswego.
Captain Crucera, I assume.
Why, yes. And who might you be?
Someone looking to perhaps charter your vessel.
I deal in names, not hypotheticals, darling.
Chance Fairweather.
Very well.
That is my name.
And you see, now I am no longer at a disadvantage. So, Chance Fairweather, why don't you take a seat? She gestures between two burly-looking dragonborn one red and one bronze.
I'll set the tankard of alcohol in front of the captain before taking a seat.
Kind of slide it across the table at her, and she takes it.
Yeah.
So, what's this about chartering my ship?
Well, we have reason to believe there's perhaps a bit of treasure at a certain area in the open sea.
Just floating around in the clouds out there, or do you have an idea?
Likely in either a floating structure or some floating island. We don't know exactly what's there. We just have a good reason to believe there's something.
All right. And do you have any other information about that, or is it just, hey, I'd like to buy your boat and take you somewhere in the middle of nowhere?
Unfortunately, the method where we came across information limited in what we were able to glean.
Fair enough. Since you're coming to me talking about treasure, I'm assuming this, as she kind of gestures at those of you around, chance, this is some sort of adventuring expedition.
Adventuring, archaeological, take your pick.
And this is privately funded or publicly?
Privately.
Very well. So, you want me, just to get this straight, and she's looking around, to risk my life and the lives of my crew here on a treasure hunt in the middle of nowhere, on a privately funded venture. Well, I can't say I'm not intrigued, but I would like to know more about the nature of this treasure of yours, what you expect to find there.
From what we can glean, there seems to be likely the home of an old archmage, likely with some sort with a. But the real prize is a certain blue key at the destination.
Blue key. And this key opens a treasure chest or a vault or some other such nonsense, I'm assuming.
Well, not certain what exactly it opens yet, but we do know that, well, like the one we found previously, a red key, points to the next one.
Well, it seems like you're really hot on the trail then. You can see she's giving you at this point a lot of like false sincerity, and the people around her are chuckling every time you say something. Like,
who is she again? Like, what's she look like, just for the record?
She's a human female with blonde hair, fair skin. Doesn't appear to be, super tall or imposing or anything, but she carries an air of authority that obviously comes with being a captain in the first place. And she's looking at you like you're a very amusing person.
Okay, since you're gonna be like this, let me give you some more concrete numbers. At the Archmage's Tower where we found the red key, we found about 13,000 gold worth of gems, some magical items, and some other artifacts of note. That more your language, ma'am?
Oh yes, much more my language, darling. I don't travel on promises of treasure, I travel on promises of profit. So, if you're actually serious about taking this on, what assurances do I have that I'm going to get something out of all this?
Well, you'd get payment for the chartering. That goes without saying.
Of course.
And be willing to offer some percentage of what we find.
Well, since we're dealing in numbers, what percentage were you thinking of?
Well, going off of at least what one of the other captains we've approached, because we are not that naive to just go with the first option we're given. The first captain we asked for 10% of perhaps what we find. Since yours is a larger vessel, you'd have more cargo space, meaning we can bring more treasure, but that also means you'd reasonably want a larger percentage, no?
I thought they were the same size.
As I understand it, the Oswego was slightly larger. That's why it was brought up differently than the other 3.
Yes.
My bad.
Slightly larger ship. Not by much. It's still in the same class of vessel. But the Oswego can hold more crew and cargo.
Got it.
So, let's start with the... Because I'm assuming we're at the point of haggling. I assume you'd want more than 10%. I'd be willing to offer 12% of whatever we find. In regards to the riches. With an upfront cost of, let's go with 1,500. 1,500 and 12%.
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Just for chance, the first guy offered us 1,200 and 10%.
Well, I know she's gonna want more for more treasure, and I started at 1,500 to kind of give me some wiggle room. So what I was planning on doing was offering more percentage and drop the initial cost. Let's try and see if I can convince her that way.
Okay, fair enough.
And this would be an interesting offer. All right. Counter offer. 20% of the treasure you gain, and I'll take 1,300 for the initial costs. Should keep food in our bellies, at least, for the trip there, plus pay my crew quite handsomely for taking on a interesting errand such as this.
1,400, 18%, and you get security provided for no extra cost by adventurers that have a reasonable track record, including work for the college in Onyx, and we have worked for, what was his fucking name?
Hedrigan?
And we've done previous work with Hadrigan and from the Lord of Zazanate.
Oh, we're not talking about other people. Excellent. So you'd be providing this security yourself?
Yes.
She snaps her fingers, and the person sitting next to her, who is looks to be like a small halfling individual, male, wearing a monocle and one eye, and has like a little beret over his head. Kind of adjusts the monocle a little bit, and you can see kind of a sheen go across it for a second as he looks at all of you up and down. And he leans over and says, "Right, well, I mean, they are covered head to toe in some pretty interesting equipment, to say the least." She kind of looks you up and down again. All right. Well, if you're as impressive as you make yourself out to be, I think we have a deal.
All right then. We have one more stop to make. See what offers we get. If yours comes out to be the best, we'll come back.
Very well.
And I will set down a silver. for your time rendered, the next couple rounds are on me.
She takes the coin and flips it, catches it, says, well, what a gentleman. And then flicks it over to one of the people at the end of the table, closer to where you are, one of the bigger dragonborn. And he gets up and goes and orders drinks.
All right, let's go. Let's go look at at our last option. That was a Sigmar Moreau of the Seven Stars.
Captain Sigmar. Yes. Okay, let me pull up my my notes on Eric Holger for a second, so I make sure that I get it right here.
The Birdman.
Yeah. Birdman.
It's the birds.
So, heading over to the crew of the Seven Stars. You can see as the work continues, a number of Aarakocra that were making repairs have gathered on the ship's deck and are just talking amongst themselves, enjoying leave. They don't appear to want to leave their boat. They're just kind of hanging out like on the deck and around it. You see a couple of them on the dock itself, kind of like sitting on a couple of crates and barrels before they're taken away, eyeing you as you approach the ship. Oh, God damn it. I was choked on my water here. It's so annoying. Okay. Okay, so you see a couple of them there. They're one of them is they're both kind of like they're both like vulture looking Aarakocra that are kind of like, you know, sitting on the crates. They're perched there and they're like, you know, slowly turning their head like Disney vultures as they look at you as you pass. And the second you step on the gangplank, one of them goes, "Oi! What are you here for?"
We'd like to speak to your captain.
"I'd like to speak to the captain, eh? On what business?"
Business of being Nanya.
Chance just put his face in his hand when he says that. Forgive my colleague here, but here to speak to your captain, perhaps chartering the vessel for a voyage.
Ah. So you want to talk to the captain about charting the vessel, eh, Landwalker? All right. You wait here. I'll go and tell the captain. And he kind of like gestures for his other buddy, who then, you know, takes his place on the bridge as he goes to, or the gangplank rather, and as he goes to like fly upward. He flies onto the deck and disappears below deck. The other one's standing in your way, wings kind of like elbows kind of like bent and held at his side, hunched over, kind of looking at you. After a couple of minutes of just awkward staring between you two, the other vulture-like Aarakocra returns. Well, sure lucky day. The captain's intrigued. Come on up then, Landwalker.
I fly up.
Okay. The rest of you walk up the gangplank and onto the deck. You can see that all of the Aarakocra are eyeing you as you walk onto their deck. There's a moment where you're like, this is uncomfortable, and then you go back to looking for what you're supposed to be doing here, and you notice there aren't like stairs on the deck of the ship leading upward to any kind of captain's quarters. There's just like a sheer wall and a railing, and then you can see a door up on the next level, but there's no like stairs to get up there.
Okay, I guess we're doing this then. Flamore, if you can open the door first.
I fly up and open the door.
Okay.
Get in the bag.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna just put my hand on Moyle and then just because I assume while that's lit, there's at least some shadows in the doorway when the light enters. So
Sure.
shadow blend, teleport.
So you kind of bamf out Nightcrawler style. Flamora flies up there. Dalavash is left looking around like, what the fuck?
I mean, hey, Moyle's down there too because they both can't have the evolution thing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Moyle can climb. Moyle's gonna just climb up.
Moyle just sticks his claws into the wood and the paint and just claws his way up and leaves scratch marks in it.
Right. I'll keep watch. Right.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Because I had an evolution point at the door, so I just gave him the 30-foot climb speed.
Sure. You guys like playing dice? All right. In the meantime, as you
I wait until every single one of them is in the office and close the door before I look at the sailor and said, "All right, who got something to fucking drink? I'm fucking thirsty."
all of the Aarakocra are like, they look at you, and then they like turn around and go back to like talking in hushed voices, just completely ignore
Oh
you.
my god!
100% cold
You guys are
shoulder.
the worst.
That's just fucking yee, man.
Ugh.
I'd like to pull out a bottle of moonshine that I've been saving for rainy days.
All right. You just sitting there drinking on the job. Sounds good.
Yep.
Drinking by yourself on the deck of the ship.
And AFK.
Sounds good. Tavanta will be there. Tavanta will be there with you. So it's just gonna like.
No. If Savanta's there, I ain't doing it. Like I said, I'm doing this because nobody's watching.
Oh well, I mean Tavanta can't get up there at the moment.
Oh fuck. Okay. Just time warp is like fuck. I'm just standing guard, I guess.
In the office itself, you enter into a room, floor covered with cushions, weirdly enough. And at a desk at the back, there is a presumably the captain. Looks like a blue jay, smaller than you would expect from a captain, smaller than his crew even, standing about 4 foot even, probably. Looks like a blue jay. He's got his captaincy regal outfit on. His wings folded up behind him as he signs off on some paperwork. He looks at you and says, "Well, nice to meet you. I hear you have an interesting proposition for me."
That we may.
I hope my crew didn't treat you with too much of the cold shoulder, but well, that's just kind of what they do. Last group of landwalkers we took with us, it didn't turn out very well. So
Distrustful. I can understand that.
well, yeah, not the best crew we had at the time. So what you got for me there?
Well, we'd like to charter your vessel for an expeditionary voyage to what we can only assume is a floating island or structure in the open sea.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I mean, naturally, you'd want to hire the best captain out there, right? So, so what's the stitch with it? Where are we going? You got a course? You got a heading?
We know about where it is on the map. On a map, yes.
Well, be my guest. He points to the wall, and there's a map, a generalized map of Rhea on it.
Chance will using his tattoo just tap on the spot where we think the island might, where we believe it is, and just the tattoo does the rest.
Sure. Ooh, Storm's Alley, huh?
Yes. Of course, on top of compensation, we'd be willing to provide security, as we are capable adventurers in our own rights, having done work for the College of Onic and some work for Hadrigan.
Who?
Lord and Zazany. It's you'd probably know more about the college.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not familiar much with either, but sure, I'll take your word for it. You got any proof of that?
Actually, yes, I do. And I'll pull out the contract we had with the college. I've been holding on to this.
Sure. That's why you keep your receipts. He takes it from you and reads it real quick. All right, cool. Hey, I get that, like, you have the contract from your last thing or whatever. How about a demonstration?
What are you looking for?
I don't know, show me something impressive. If we need to go out on the deck, then we can go out on the deck.
Seems alright with me, as long as you don't mind us being a bit loud. Because most of us are fairly accomplished casters.
I don't care. He gets up from his desk and turns around. There's a big set of double door, like paned window doors. He opens them out onto a balcony that's on the back of the ship. That has ironically enough, it has like a walk the plank situation coming off of it. Gestures for you to join him outside.
Yep, I assume there's like some depending on what position the sun is, probably some measure of shade I can bamf to.
You don't need to. You just walk around it.
There's actually stairs.
It's you're not going up or down. It's just there's double doors that open onto a balcony directly from the office. So you just walk out there onto the thing. It says. So I don't know how much you've been keeping up on things, but piracy's been going up as of recently, and one of them clouded kings people keep having to deal with around these parts in the strait between here and Netria is captained by a crew of really angry goblins, just like really angry, awful, horrible goblin people, just the worst.
In a Stormbelter?
I think that's what it's called, yeah. But they armor their ship pretty heavily, and conventional weapons, especially not mine, can't really get through that. So show me something that can break their armor.
All right.
Okay.
Chance will. I assume there's enough open air where I could do this without hitting anything.
Sure. You're pointed out the back of the thing overlooking the open sea. It's a little bit daunting for Chance, who can't fly. For Mora, you're probably fine, but you're essentially standing on the brink of oblivion. looking down, it's just clouds below you. It's fog, but you know that if you fell, you would fall forever and then die. And it's as far as you can see until the horizon. It's just a foggy, like a low-hanging foggy mist that kind of forms like waves or like
Did
the semblance of a
break
fog ocean.
up
But
for anyone else?
no, I think that's just you, my guy.
Oh yeah, it must have been on my end then. Okay.
But for miles around, it's fog, and you know there's nothing below it.
I'll throw out first a fireball, then a lightning bolt.
Okay. All right. Does Flamora do anything?
I also throw out a fireball, and then I'm gonna ride the lightning
Ride the lightning.
to a point 60 feet in front of where we're going.
Jesus Christ. All right. Where the fuck is that from?
The Grim Hollow.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one. Sick. I'll take it. So you both toss out fireballs that begin to like orbit each other in the air and then explode in this massive like fireball. The lightning bolts soon after pierce the center of the explosion, with Flamora turning into lightning essentially. The first lightning bolt comes from Chance and pierces directly through the center of the explosion. Flamora turning into lightning herself, in kind of like a red-hued lightning, as opposed to Chance's like blue or whatever hued lightning. Helixes around it in an interesting display, and arrives in the center of the explosion with like a flourish and a bow. Both of you go ahead and roll me performance checks.
Oh no.
Can we have advantage because we burned some like high-level spell slots
Oh.
for these?
Sure.
Dang it. I rolled 2 18s.
Rolled an 18. 21. Fantastic. so you
Oh.
Yeah, performance. There we go. Yeah, fair enough. An extremely impressive display. Back on the balcony, the captain whose feathers are certainly ruffled by the close proximity of lightning, looks at you both and says, "Jesus, I was not expecting that. I will be honest, I was not expecting it. Wow, that's impressive. That's actually really impressive. I was thinking like maybe you'd do some like fireworks or something to like try to convince me, but gee, that's the real deal. I know that when I see it. Sounds good. All right, I'm convinced. Hey, listen.
Also, in the event of boarding, I can. My Eidolon is sitting outside because he. Oh no, Moyle's like right there because I had him climb up. Yeah, Moyle's right there.
Yeah,
so.
he's there.
Moyle is capable in melee combat, and if he were to fall in battle, I can summon even more assistance.
Ooh, fun. Hey, listen, I'll be real with you. My crew doesn't like you. Like, I know my crew. They're not going to like you very much. It's going to cause some tensions. They're going to be a little bit of a thorn in your side, and probably mine. I don't mind if you guys are willing to pay. If you pay well, they may overlook it. So, listen, if you're providing security, if you're providing that firepower, $2,000.
Let's counteroffer 1,300 and a percentage of any treasure we find. Let's say 12. The last ruin we explored under that contract, if you'll remember, was where we found the thing that's pointing us to the open sea. Assuming it's comparable fortunes in both, which we have reason to believe they very well be, Archmages tend to have a rather decent collection. comparable to at least 13,000 gold worth of gems, gold, and magical items.
You know, I do like a businessman. However, just as a heads up, we were flying into a storm. I don't know about you, as a being who can't or doesn't often fly. It's hard to fly in a storm. Not just my ship, but like as a person. So I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna take a flat rate. I will go down. I'll say, how about 1,800? How does that sound?
1,515%.
1,750. Flat rate.
1,750.
That's as low as I gotta go, man. I can't guarantee. I can't work with adventurers on percentages here. If I'm gonna risk the life of me and my crew and lightning bolts over here, you know, Storm's Alley, not the place for birds to go. We're not really a crew that can fly that wind very easily.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Tefanta have like control weather or something?
No, control weather's an 8th level spell. None of you have that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is at the level. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I was reminded of the birthday party for Tevanta's kid where they did some weather shenanigans.
They did not do any weather shenanigans. He wanted to, but what he read on his sheet was control water, not control weather. So that was a no-go. He was like, I want to control weather. I'm like, you're looking at like $29,000 for a spell scroll. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's an 8th level spell, my guy.
Oh,
I don't know
my
if you were reading
God.
like Pathfinder or something. I don't even know what it is, a Pathfinder, but in 5th edition here, it's an 8th level spell. So, yeah.
1,700 flat rates.
Yep.
Oh my God.
1750. We provide security, and you.
I'll take you there to the best of my ability. 1750, you guys providing security. Should be able to get past the pirates at least.
You asked us for a bit of a demonstration of our abilities. What's it? Do you have anything of note that might convince us you're the best suited for the job?
I got a ship you're looking for. I mean,
Yes, but
if you're planning
not the
on
only
going
one
over the
getting
open sea, I don't see wings on you. I mean, no offense or anything, but I feels like only that one over there could even really make it. Even then, you get tired and fall. So, I mean, hey, there you go.
okay. We'll me and mine will deliberate, and if you're still here, we'll come and get back to you if you turn out to be the best offer we get.
Sure. Just keep in mind, we are a cocker. We know how to fly. I wouldn't trust someone who walks on 2 legs for a living to know what they're doing above the air there.
All right. With that last bit, I will kind of nod. Now we're gonna head out and hopefully deliberate and see what seems to be the best offer between us.
Jay, are you here?
I can ask you, how much cargo does it seem like this ship is
Do I'm
carrying?
here.
So, can you roll me a persuasion check with advantage?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to end in tears.
I mean, hey, you have advantage. So that's better than nothing, I suppose. I'll just roll 2 14s.
While you guys were talking, Dalavash has managed to get into a game of dice. It's essentially shooting dice with the Aarakocra on the deck. And you're just kind of hanging out with them. So at least you've managed to like get your way in there, at least by offering alcohol. when you guys come out. Um,
All right, Televash, we have
Oh shit! Hide! Oh,
Oh, yeah.
just start hiding at dice and the bottles, like, and act like he's just laying down on the floor at this point, just leaning and propped his one arm up and supporting his head. It's like, yeah, what's up?
Are you
you know we wouldn't have complained if you were just mingling like we just asked. I don't understand why you have to pull that, but okay.
Yeah. We're not military. Get eventually put here. Chill.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're acting suspicious as fuck.
I'm not. Okay, let's just go. I have our offers. We need to deliberate which one we're going with.
Okay.
Right. I scoot the last of the empty bottles away, even though everybody could see it, just behind the random barrel. It's like, then walk off.
Face palms.
Chances while we're walking away, Chance is gonna just mage hand the bottles into his pack because he's not one of those leave our trash there. That would not exactly be very endearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's how mechanically this is going to work. Just as a heads up for what's going forward. Throughout the next month or so, not counting the time that you're going to be spending at locations, I have a random encounter generator that we'll do. We're just going to do a series of encounters in a row. Includes a bunch of different stuff. We're only going to do one of each thing, so I'm not going to repeat anyone.
Hold on, Chrysera, she asked for what was it, like 1500, 12. What was the rate? I forget.
18%.
18% and 1500, or was it 1400?
1400. 1400, 18%. So random encounter wise, that's what's going to happen. I don't have I have 2 different airships in reality that actually that I can put on the board and that have certain things as a part of them. And I'll give you kind of what each captain's worth, essentially what they can do, what their ship can do. One second. So Captain Arturo and the Saracen, they have those 2 big ballista up front. Those can be used to defend themselves. The ship is light, which means that it's relatively fast. Can get you there in about the time frame that we have discussed previously. And if you're paying for the crew, then you're paying for the crew, and they'll stick around. That's their job for the next month. Arturo's down with adventuring. They're all getting paid for it. Great. The 7 stars with Sigimar, she's more expensive, but she can carry more in her hold. And she comes with more specialized crew. So as you've seen, she has a deck wizard. She has the 2 dragonborn bodyguards who act as some other function on the ship, as well as whatever she can do. So her crew is better when it comes to encounters. The ship itself is bigger than the Saracen and the Oswego, the 7 stars and the Saracen. So it'll add a week on to the time, but you get more protection. And then the 7 stars with Sigimar, the Eric Cochran crew. The crew doesn't like you very much. They're not likely to want to defend you. They will defend themselves for the most part to whatever ends that they can do. You don't see anyone particularly impressive. Just at a glance, that could be, defenders. They're merchants on a ship with a a standard crew of whatever you can find. That being said, their ship is an Aarakocran ship, and if anyone knows how to fly it, it's an Aarakocran, which means that their ship is very fast. You can shave off time if you go with the Aarakocran ship.
As far as I'm aware, expediency isn't our biggest concern. As long as we're back before it gets
Hectic, might say.
Yeah, because our main goal is just to be there and back before any particular shit goes down.
Yeah. So if you want to go,
we have to be back in time for the coronation. That's not up for debate.
Yeah. So do you want to go with the first ship, or the second one? I'm guessing.
I'm thinking for an all-together, for the best possible voyage, to make things easiest on us, it may behoove us to go with Crisera.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, just as a record, BG, when we left, I would have undone that bit of the ink, so the.
Yeah.
Sure.
So where are we getting the money for this?
I have around 1,000 gold. Someone else is going to have to pitch in.
That's a concern too, because admittedly, most of my funds have been going into fixing my home. I tend to carry the barest amount necessary on my person.
Tavanta has a decent amount. He's got roughly 1,800.
How much payout are we expecting out of this? Because I'm sorry, but I'm here for the money. I don't want to pitch in money for,
It's as I've tried to make it clear to the various captains we're working for. We made charter. There's lots of opportunities. All of which, if it is comparable to the first area we went explored with similar connections, we're looking at a potential profit of over up to and including 13,000, potentially more, because we're not having to chip into we're not having the college getting a cut out of it for the sake of research.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the fucking captains. I'm talking about me. If I pitch in, there's no guarantee I'm gonna get paid. So,
if you're guaranteed to get paid because you're a member of the fucking group, what are you on about?
Yeah, except there's no guarantee there's anything over there.
It's an archmage's thing.
Okay, let me tell you why we have reason to believe there's something over there. Because in case we haven't told you already. Chance will pull out the red key.
I mean, you didn't tell me shit, so.
Chance will pull out the red key.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a shiny key.
And in this key, particularly the gem at the here, pointed us to that direction, to that area in the open sea. Which should, if it's rather hard for a artifact to be wrong, especially given how this artifact directly tells us that there's something there. If it's another Mage's Tower, we don't know exactly what's there, but we know that at bare minimum, there's going to be another key. Which would point us to another key. I have no reason to believe that there's not going to be something there along with the key.
You do know that's red, right?
Yes.
Just saying, it could also mean a warning. It could be something fucking dangerous over there and say, don't fucking go over there. They kept it locked.
As we understand it, that's not exactly the positioning of things, but...
And how do you know that?
Well, because in the Mage's Tower we went previously, there was a rather large amount of records that we were able to access before Tavanta destroyed it. It was by accident, but still.
Uh-huh. I ain't an educated man, but even that tells me that's fucking dangerous.
Well, adventurers are anything we do is dangerous. That's not exactly... And if you weren't here for danger in mind, you're in the wrong profession.
Oh, no. I'm very familiar with being danger, but here's the thing. Most of the time I do job, it's 60% I'm getting paid, 40% not getting paid. Well, more like 80% getting paid and 20% I have to bash somebody's head in. But anyway, not the point. This information, I'm sorry, it doesn't seem reliable to me. All right? That's all I'm saying.
You're free to leave if you don't want to do it. Like, if you don't want to participate in the... Like, we're all pooling our own funds into this. It's not a matter of just, oh, you're the only one being cut out. If things turn out a certain way, then we're all losing money here. But if you really are that bent out of shape out of it,
I mean, at the end of the day, unlike you guys, I mean, you're fancy noble who's want to have a grandeur of adventure. She looks like, studious type that learn about magic and shit. And the other druid guy, I don't know what the hell he's about. He got a family. I don't know why he's adventuring. That's just fucking stupid. But
I was an adventurer before I was a noble. I got the noble title from winning it in a tournament.
Okay, great. So, what? I mean, you got a title already. Most of the adventurers are happy with that, and they just give up being adventurers. So I don't know why you keep on doing that. In that case, you're on the same boat as a druid guy. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Because I have things I want to do.
Yeah, I guess.
If I asked you about your personal life, don't ask me about mine then.
I don't ask for a personal life. I don't want to, and I'm never gonna. The point I'm trying to make is that, I don't know. I'm in it for the money. That's it. So sending money without a, guarantee sounds stupid. That's all I'm saying.
You're welcome to maintain that opinion. Frankly, if you don't want to chip in, that's fine.
Yes.
Way to make me look like an asshole. Thanks.
We're not. We're just saying, if you don't want to chip in, then don't. Gee, fucking God, the gods.
Thank you. You're very much making what's the phrase? A mountain out of an anthill.
Yes, I'm sure.
Shit, there's a fucking anthill.
Firefelt saying.
So scared of bugs.
It's a turn of phrase.
No,
You're making a larger issue out of a very small one.
sorry, just that there was one time there was a fucking job we were supposed to escort a character in, and there's a fucking giants crawling out. It just
Then you would not have enjoyed our last adventure where we had to deal with a bunch of core spawn.
No. Those I'm expecting. I don't expect a fucking ant to be size of a goddamn horse. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry?
Neither here nor there.
Try announcement.
Okay, how much are we gonna be able to pull together back to the topic at hand?
I can pour.
By
I'm
my
not.
calculations, if it's split 4 ways, it's 350. But if you're splitting it 3 ways, then it's 466 and 66 gold, silver, or 66. I guess 6/10, so 6 silver. Let's say.
I quite literally can't afford to chip in at the moment.
Devanta has many monies, and since he is not here, I will fund what you can.
Okay.
I'll chip in.
Oh my god, fine. He pulls out a bunch of sacks from his backpack. Seems to be pulling more sacks out of the backpack. Then bigger than it seems to be bigger than it is. And it's like, okay, there's underwear. Nope, that means still good for until next week. Let's see, gold. No, they won't accept that currency here, so can't take that out. Where the fuck is that? Does it have to be gold of this country, this continent?
I mean, you've traveled enough to know that gold is gold, no matter where you go. Typically, it's all the same exchange rate, just different look.
Right.
The only thing that doesn't have a lot of value, the only thing that doesn't have like a shit ton of value is Electrum, because no one uses Electrum, and fuck that currency.
Chance has some Electrum, but that's more out of the historical significance of like it was old Electrum.
I think I distinctly remember when I gave that to you. You were like, "Ew, fuck this."
That was me. That was me.
Yeah, somebody was like that.
Also, I was out of character. Ew, fuck this.
yeah, it's funny though.
Here, that should be 350 in that bag. It's not. It's like, open it up. You'll see what I mean.
Opens up.
It's gold coins, but it's like some of them are from this continent, some of them are not from this continent.
Should work.
Some of them have different pictures on it. You can see that there are coins that are. I mean, there's only 2 real main like printers of wealth. Let's say there's Onyx and there's Netria, and then there's just random coinage that could have been found adventuring that's been in circulation because it's gold, and that's what everyone's decided it's been. More often than not, it's a Netian coin. There is a good chunk of it that is Netrian coin that's different. The Netrian coin has like excuse me. The Netrian coin has like wings as a part of the art of the coin itself. It gets stamped with like, the wings of freedom or whatever. The Anetian coins have whatever the current king's like face is on it. So there's a lot of King Mestra being printed around. Some of them are older coins, so you can see that there have been previous kings on some of the coinage. But all of the denominations equal the same thing to each other. So one Netrian gold coin is one Anetian gold coin.
There's a one with the toad on there. Don't look at it. You get hypnotized.
You're
That is
getting
very-
very sleepy.
No. Excuse me.
Yes, I'm making fucking Hypnotoad canon in this verse.
You can make a canon in your own head. We'll call it a legend. The legend of Hypnotoad. So it's about to take off 350. Can Chance afford 350?
No.
Okay. How much do you need?
I for context, Chance has 10 gold on his person right now.
Okay, that's what I need to know. So that's 51 minus 35. 20.
51 minus. Oh, doing math hard, don't I mean?
16? Yeah, 16. Okay. Devonta will pay for you as well, since he's not here. Okay.
Oh, I'm telling.
Out of my cut, whenever we get out of this, I'll pay him back the 350.
Sure. Whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, I'm assuming you go back to the Capitan.
Hmm.
Captain Crisera. And say, hey, look, we're going with you. Fantastic, great. Shake hands. And then off you go. So right now, I'm going to do like a 5-minute break to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row and go to the bathroom. And then I'll come back and then we'll do some random encounters. Alrighty. Cool. So, pull up my notes on random encounters. You guys set out on your journey outward. Blah, blah, blah. Go to... Yep, there it is. Alrighty. So, random encounters are a d20. We're going to roll a d20 for every week of travel. Now, on the map currently, oops, should probably put you guys on the world map, yeah? Just for now.
Ooh.
You guys are up here at Migron. So, to get from one destination to another, it's roughly 27 days. That's 5 encounters, roughly. So let's start off with that before we get to
All right.
the actual
I'll make the first roll.
Go for it. D20.
Oh.
13.
13.
Alrighty. This is mostly combat, so let's put you guys on the CJ. Okay, everyone can see themselves?
No.
You don't have sight?
Nope.
I'm all in the dark.
I'm in the
Only
dark.
darkness.
I can see my HP. I can see the HP bars in a black void.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works because you have night vision. Shouldn't be the case.
Guys, I think we took a wrong turn.
I actually don't have night vision.
Does that help?
Oh. Oh no.
Okay.
I'm on
No,
a boat.
Now we have 2 people who can't fucking see. Okay, now I can see.
There we go. Should all be able to see something at the very least. Okay. So this one happens on the 4th night of travel. As you are gathered in the mess hall for dinner, essentially, whatever soup or stew or whatever was cooked, you guys hear muffled shouting from above you.
Down.
What?
Oh, I think my Wi-Fi just went down
Oh, God.
again.
Oh, we'll hear you now. What they said above us?
Yeah, you hear muffled shouting above you. As you guys are kind of eating dinner, you can hear boots racing across the upper deck. A couple people look up like, what the fuck? But then they go back to eating because there's no alarm bell at the moment.
I'll continue eating as well, but
I pound on the table, say, "Who the fuck is attacking while I'm eating?" Get my quarterstaff and the shield and head up to the upper deck.
Okay. Once you are on the upper deck, you can see that a number of the crew have gathered. I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna move these people like off because they're not here.
Oh no, they fell to the void.
No, they died. Oh no.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
move a number of the crew over to this side of the deck over here. You guys are downstairs over this way. And they're looking off to the side of the boat as you kind of approach. And you can see these two. Six. Cool. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see a cluster of creatures floating around just outside of the area of the boat. For all intents and purposes, they look like jellyfish, but they give off kind of like a bright light in a short radius, making them kind of like this odd bioluminescent floating, group of jellyfish. They're just slowly drifting towards the side of your boat. All the crew members are like having discussions like, should we do something about that? Are they gonna drift across our path? I mean, I don't know. I'm not supposed to attack them, I don't think. I'm not sure. Should we go and tell the captain? I think they're all just kind of looking at it. They're kind of intrigued by it, not necessarily. They're like, not raising the alarm, but they're paying attention to these creatures. That's what Dalabash sees. Is anyone else joining him? Or are you all still downstairs?
I'm here.
I'll be joining on the deck.
Okay. You see the same sight. After a couple of minutes, let's see, out of these. 10 feet.
Once Talvesh goes up, I guess Chance and Moyle will follow.
So they're just slowly drifting towards the boat and slowly kind of conglomerating on this side of it. Once this one gets close enough, once this one kind of gets close enough to a crew member, you see one of its tendrils like lift up and raise, and then a bolt of lightning whips out toward him. And he is shot with a whip of lightning that coils around his body, dealing 3 damage, and pulling him 10 feet straight line. So he
just gets fucking yoinked off the fucking ship.
He gets yoinked, but he's held in midair by this whip of lightning, and he's being slowly drawn up into the tentacles as he's being electrocuted. The rest of the crew draw their swords and are planning to defend themselves now.
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
Famora, get ready to catch that man before he falls into the abyss.
Plan to.
Hope he ain't staring into it.
Oh, they got good initiative.
Of course.
put one over here for initiative purposes. Okay. All right. First up in initiative is Flamora.
If I were to fireball these jellyfish, some of these jellyfish, would the ship catch on fire from over here?
The ship would be in the crossfire, yeah.
Okay. And I will just here. And I will just cast Scorching Ray on this. Look at this one.
Okay. All three?
Yeah. One, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, all three easily hit. Does over 20 damage, right? Yes, it does. So that one, you watch as the scorching rays fly and like pierce the flesh of the jellyfish creature, who gives off this like final shudder, and then begins to fall, hits the sail, bounces off, and then rolls into the abyss.
Okay. I move up here and turn.
All right. Galabash, you're up.
Ready action. Smack the thing. Smack hostile thing that comes within my reach. And my action is to smack it.
Alright, sounds good.
Bonus action rage.
Okay. Crew gets to go. A couple of them, noticing that the jellyfish aren't exactly like moving quickly, actually sheathe their swords and draw crossbows instead. And they're going to fire at these creatures. The one guy who's being grappled by one of them is going to take a slash with his sword, though. So, 3 crossbow attacks and a scimitar. Scimitar misses. The other 2 crossbows hit. There should be a 3rd crossbow. There we go.
I'd like to insert obligatory generic meme.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
I yell at the jellyfish, "Your mother is a hamster and your father is a smelled like elderberry."
Okay.
Fuck does that even mean? I know what that means. Okay, actually.
It's a Monty Python reference.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. 3 jellyfish take damage. Or limplights, as I'm calling them. Now it is the limplights' turn. This one floats 5, 10 feet. This one floats 10 feet. This one floats 10 feet. This one floats 10 feet. This one's going to stay where it's at. And then just try to electrocute its prey. Ooh, yeah, that hits.
Ugh.
And it does get ambient charge bonus. So one of the crew members gets electrocuted to death and is just hanging as a fried corpse off the tendril of one of these lamplights. The other ones got stuff. So we got 30-foot radiuses. So 1, 2. I'm assuming these guys are within 30 feet. Where's this guy? Oh, you're actually within 30 feet of everybody. Sounds good. So this guy's gonna go here. This guy's gonna go here. This guy's gonna go here. This guy's gonna go on Dalabash. Just attacking the crew. Okay. So one of the jellyfish is going to cast. Actually, two of them are going to cast lightning lure. So let's do that. Both of the crew need to make saving throws. One save, one fail. So first one, the whip misses and doesn't do anything. The second one, however, pulls 10 feet over there. He's dangling by a thread and also takes 2 points of lightning damage. So he's been sucked up into the jellyfish now.
Alright.
Let's see. So that was just two of them. And then the remaining two we're going to cast Witch Bolt. So, Dalavash. Let's do you first. It's a 14 to hit. For some reason, that's blessed. It should be a 13 to hit.
Ha! Missed.
Second one on crew member. Also misses. So you watch as the jellyfish kind of like do that squid thing where they like flop their tentacles together, and lightning bolts come out of the center of them and strike the deck at the feet of one of the crew and of Daladash. But make no other purchase. It's Moyle's turn.
Alright. With our standing order to protect the crew, Moyle's gonna step over to here, like on the edge, and try and yank the crew member back onto the deck away from the jellyfish.
Okay. We'll make contested strength rolls. Why not?
Athletics, because this is almost like a grapple check.
Yeah. Oh my god, he actually got a decent roll. Didn't matter though. He rolled an 18 minus 2. The things are not very strong. So Moyle manages to grab the dude and wrench him back on deck. I'll say if you want to move, like, Moyle move like back there and the crew move there. You guys could do that.
Yeah, let's see. How much Moyle moved to get there? He moved 20 feet. Well, 25. So, yeah, probably could just barely pull him back. Alright, that's Moyle's turn.
Cool. Chance.
There's I can't see anything very well because the light. There's like 4 of them here, right?
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in that radius, and there's one down here.
Okay. Can I angle it so I can fireball the 4 without damaging the ship?
Yeah, there's a better fireball here. I think this one snaps to the center.
I can't see well enough because the light source is actually getting a good scale of
I know.
things.
Is it a fireball's a 20-foot radius?
Yeah. I think it's 24 radius, yeah.
Not really. If you fireball, you're definitely gonna hit. You're definitely gonna hit the jellyfish, but you're also probably going to catch the ship on fire. I don't see a way around it necessarily, unless you wanted to catch only a couple of them.
How high up off of it could I? Because it's 20-foot radius.
Yeah. So keep in mind that, like, the sphere of influence of the fireball, if you pop it off the side of the ship,
there is also the issue of the fact that I just can't see very well because
I know the light is kind of like it's just, blinded by the light thing. So let me actually do this. I'll put
for context, this is what I'm seeing on my screen.
No, I can see it too. Trust me. I didn't realize that I gave him that much light radiance. I'll put little dots on him so you can see him better. There.
Okay.
I see the light.
I see the light. Yeah, I'd say if you wanted to fireball like in the air, above them, you could theoretically catch all four without catching the ship, but you might also hit this guy. If you wanted to catch just a few of them, you could also do that. Like if you wanted to catch like just the three that are like here-ish, then you
I'm
could
fine.
Just do that.
That's still 3. That's still 3 out of 5. That's not terrible. Percentage to catch out of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So fireball catching just those 3.
Go ahead and roll my next saves.
I can trigger
Oh,
those 2 ones.
I don't know if it matters. So one success.
Yeah,
So
the
minus 2 is 7 plus 10. 27 plus 10 is 37 points of damage total.
Yeah.
oh my.
Okay, so 2 of them die instantly. This one and this one explode in balls of fire. Their jelly raining down on the sails below. And the third one does save, but even then, it only has 11 hit points left, so it also dies and explodes horribly. You can see the shockwave from the fireball kind of ripple the other two. You can see it like pass through their jelly bodies as they float there in midair.
All right,
Oh.
that's everything on my turn.
Tavanta gets to go. Tavanta's going to Guiding Bolt. Because he can. Go, Guiding Bolt. Where is it? He's also gonna, he'll Chalice Archer, or not Chalice, he'll Archer Starbolt thing as well. So we'll do, where is his... Oh, I see what happened here. That's weird. Don't know why I did that, but alright. One more roll. 22 is going to hit 1, so it's 10 points of radiant damage. Well, I guess I'll shoot this one. Doesn't quite kill it, and then Starbolt as a bonus action on the other one. 9 does not hit, so this is that.
Surprised didn't just double up on the same target, try and take it out.
Oh, next person to attack has advantage on this one. Alright.
Tippity hoppity.
Oh yeah, the corpse of that one guy just fucking just plummets.
Yeah. But he's gone. He's gone, dead. Fallen to the core. Committed to the core at this point. Alright, full muzzle.
He's one with the core.
I'm gonna shoot the one that Starcow got
With
Torture Man.
first one has advantage. That kills.
Ah, yeah.
He's dead.
The other two to the other one. 1, 2.
Easy enough.
That's also dead.
8 and 7 is 13 exactly. Yep, that's as many hit points as I had left, so that one also dies. Pew pew.
Boyle's gonna drag this motherfucker a little bit to safety.
Okay. You can still he's still having like muscle spasms from the electricity that passed through him. He just says, "Hey, thank you."
Sorry about your friend.
Reduce the
Yeah.
crew by 1. Alrighty. So that was the end of the end of the 4th night. It's just an attack by lamplights.
I'm going back to sleep.
You're in the middle of dinner and you're like, "Oh fuck, we gotta fight jellyfish."
No, wait, dinner. Yeah, dinner. Yeah, going back to
Well-
dinner.
To dinner.
Okay.
Munch.
Munchie.
Who wants to roll the next d20?
Me.
Roll it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, this
Oh.
could be very good or very bad.
Alright. So I'll have the crew. I'll reposition the crew here. Put the remaining fuckers in this way. This guy would have probably healed up at some point.
Is this the same day?
No. We're going
Yeah,
we're going week by week, so you have one encounter per week, essentially.
Out of curiosity, does like anyone say anything about the dead guy at all, or is it like no, that's just fact a lot of people died?
Oh, I mean,
well.
you know, there's the typical, you know, burial at sea bullshit that happens. Put this guy here. This guy down below. Dick mage. Okay, this is taking place during the day for sure. This is somewhere around the 9th or 10th day of travel. As you guys are flying through the sky and cruising along, most of you, you know, milling around the deck, being below deck, whatever you want to do. In fact, actually, why don't you tell me where you guys are on this day? What you would be doing in, like, the middle of the day.
Can I roll a con check to see how I am faring first before I reply to that?
Sure. Is Dalabash particularly not happy with heights?
No, but just not used to seafaring.
Well, I mean, sea.
Airfaring, yeah. Quote unquote sea, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 17 plus 1, 18. Fair enough.
No,
Dalabash is
just
fine.
just 17. Yeah, okay. In that case, I'll be just hanging out at the deck. It's just looking around because there's not much to do on a ship because he's not a sailor.
Same here.
Tabata would be taking notes because I believe at this point, let me see, if I go back to, and I have to do this as well. If I go back to the world map here, 10 days out roughly is, okay, so at this point, as you guys are kind of like off the coast of, you know, whatever, you guys have left on it behind, certainly, and you're just in the middle of the open sea. 5 days would have gotten you to, like, the other coast, like across the peninsula, so you guys would be able to dock and do stuff. 10 days later, roughly, or 9 days later, you guys are reaching the edge of the conglomeration of fog that surrounds each of the continents. So Tabanta, with the mist thinner here, would be on deck taking notes on what appears through the clouds. You can catch glimpses of the core. The light that shines up from it, reflecting off the clouds, makes it hard to see, like, definitively what's down there. So it's not completely just empty void. It's still like clouds below you. But he would be like observing things as they go along. So I'll put him over here on the edge of the boat.
Chance would probably be observing the key because as I understand it, the key points always to that one location. So with us, our heading changing, it might change the directions it gives. So
The key,
just trying to make sure we're on course.
So the key doesn't have any inherent magical property. It's not like a compass. The way you work the key is you shine light through it and project it onto a map, and the map lines up with roughly where you want to go.
Okay.
So you'd be, if you're doing that, you'd probably be like below deck, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably below deck, checking the heading with whoever's in charge of that kind of thing here.
Okay. So I'll say you and Moyle are underground, roughly there, but underground. Or below deck, rather.
Yeah, I don't know who Chance Moore would be talking to about this thing. This is about where we need to go, and we're about here.
If you're talking, are you talking with other people, or are you just looking at this yourself?
Talking with those who would know more. You know, like the crew that's actually, That's
Okay. So I'll put
sailing experience.
I'll put you two like roughly there. This guy will be in the middle of the deck because he's doing the crew thing. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, there ish. With the deck mage that you had met previously. Going over kind of like here's how the key works. Here's what our heading is. You can relay that to whatever. So blah blah blah. Flamora, what are you doing? Just hanging out?
Yep.
Cool. So, I want everyone to make me a perception check while I pull up the next thing.
Do I have a chance for guidance or no?
No. Tavanta's looking at other things, so I'm not going to have him roll. He's preoccupied.
All of us make perception of those just below deck.
Let's go.
I'll say yes.
Yay,
I will
24.
give you and Moyle disadvantage though, because you have to look through a
Alright.
portal. We'll call it the disadvantage.
Moyle cancels that out because he has the funny shield.
Sure. Does Dalavash also have the shield?
Yeah, he has a sentinel shield.
Oh, sick. Alrighty. Fantastic. Okay. So as everyone else is kind of doing their thing, you don't really notice much. Chance you're too busy interacting with the mage, and Moyle's just hanging out. He's not even really doing much. Flamora's just kind of gazing off into the distance. Dalavash, as you're looking off of I think it's the starboard side is the boats, right? You see a shape moving in the clouds, slightly below you in the fog underneath. That kind of like it just moves past real quick.
I'm assuming this is a ship and there's a sailor just moving about, correct?
It's not on the boat. It's off the side of the boat in the fog below you.
Oh, no, I get that. I'm just saying there's a sailors moving about, right?
Oh, yeah. So this is the random
Next
crew.
one
This
that
is one of
comes-
the Dragonborn, and then the other Dragonborn's piloting, or like driving the ship currently.
If there's not a one that comes near me in next 5 seconds, I'm just going. If there is one coming near me within 5 seconds, I'm just gonna grab him and point it down and say, "What the fuck is that?" If there is not, then I'm gonna say, "Hey, is that normal?" and point down.
One of the Dragonborn, Dragonborn comes up and steps to the side over here, looks down, and have him make a perception check.
God,
With
I love
advantage
sentinel
because he's getting it pointed out to him.
I'm gonna make it a normal roll because it's still in fog. 5.
Pearl no ship.
He looks at you and says, "I don't see anything."
You fucking blind? It's right there. It's like moving shit right there.
Go ahead and make another perception check for me. And I will also make another one of these. Oops.
25.
I'm wisdom based and I have advantage. I mean,
Yeah, you see it.
just saying.
So you see it again pass through the clouds as you point through him. It looks like a large, scaly body, long tail, 2 legs dragging behind wings,
Oh fuck!
and several heads, kind of snaking their way through the sky.
It's right there. I just explained to him, like, it has fucking multiple heads, and blah, 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 blah.
So as you're saying that, this creature swoops up from underneath the clouds, over the top of the deck,
Okay, fucking Ghidorah!
and basically rakes the top of the deck with its heads, and just tries to snatch up some of the crew. And now we're gonna need to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna play Watch the Skies as well because it's thematic.
Aw.
So many things I need to roll initiative for. Okay, that should be auto done. Okay, so the only ones who get to act on this round of combat are this is not named correctly, are the Skydra and Dalavash.
Skydra.
Yeah. So, Dalavash, it is your turn.
I'm gonna be directly in his path. Action shift. Shift to Direwolf, then bonus action Rage.
Okay. This guy's gonna get scooted backward. This guy's gonna get scooted off to the side. You're gonna become large.
Can't resize this player, so you
I
gotta
know.
do it.
I'm gonna drag a direwolf onto the map for you. There you go. There-ish. And I'll put Dalavash's token right there. For safekeeping? Okay. Go for it.
That's my turn. Action, bonus action, movement, I'm done.
Isn't it 2 bonus actions? Or no? Or you use your action to transform, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Chance.
I'm below deck, so I guess I'm gonna spend my turn getting up onto the top.
No, sorry, hold on. I forgot. So this is I forgot what I just said. Dalavash, Hydra, then top of the round. So, Skydra first. Skydra's going to rake, as you transform into a wolf, it's like, ooh, new target. It's going to rake across you real quick. This thing has, I know the picture has 3, but this thing has 5 heads. So we're going to go ahead and make 5 attacks. 3 on you and 2 on the crew members that are behind you. As this thing flies kind of like there-ish.
Stop.
That's
Oh,
not-
wait,
that's
I
not
don't have
moving
Polar
anywhere.
Master. Never mind.
So it's gonna make 5 attacks. So three on you. 1, 2, 3. And 2 on the crewmate.
Oh,
Oh, that crewmate just fucking dead.
Crewmate, I'm gonna use
Well-
a reaction as a sentinel feat. Give that at disadvantage.
The natural 20.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get out a D20 real quick, and I'll reroll that here. I rolled a 3. That's 3 plus 8, which is
11.
Crew members have 12 AC, so that doesn't actually make it miss.
Haha.
So it misses one of the crewmates who definitely fucking died. But that is a natural 20 on you, a 27, and a 15, which I'll hit for you. The 25 for 7 goes into this guy. As it kind of bites into him, picks him up slightly, and then drops him back onto the deck.
Ooh, that's a big chunk of damage.
Yes, sir. So it's 7 and then 7 and then 6, so 14
Yep,
plus
I
6, 20
already.
points.
Yep.
I'm saying it for the recording because I can't see, you can't see the chat on the recording. And then I believe, don't you have the Sentinel feat as well?
Yes, that's what I used to block that guy from. Use the reaction to, that guy doesn't fucking die.
I don't think that's how that
I don't
works.
think that's how that works. feet for it.
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat, you can use your reaction to make a melee.
Yeah, so you have to use your attack. You have to make an attack. So he's dead, by the way. So that doesn't.
Chrono Shift. No, he's not. Not yet. Chrono Shift.
Okay.
As a chrono shift, the disadvantage thing still happens, so Lamau.
Sure.
I'm out.
I'll let it ride if you use your chrono shift.
I do. Oh yeah, I do.
So make an attack against the Skydra. If you hit it, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's staying on the ship. If you don't, then it's going to fly by you.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, +5.
Can you open the Direwolf stat block and click the attack and have it roll? Is that something that you're allowed to do with having access to that stat block? Oh, there we go. Yeah, 18 will hit.
Let's see if he falls prone now on top of that.
10 points of piercing, strength saving throw. I need that stat block for a Skydra. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna.
That's actually 12 because I'm raging.
Okay, sounds good.
That's why I wanted to do it manually.
Not a problem. So 12 points of piercing damage. I'll do an extra 2 more, which is fine. And then strength saving throw. Normal. Natural 1. So as it rakes itself over the deck, one of the heads grabbing the crew member, you, as a direwolf, as these heads latch onto you as well, you whip around, bite one of the necks, and drag it down onto the deck, and kind of like knock it on its ass and on its back, just with your strength as a barbarian enraged direwolf, knocking it to its feet. So it is.
Oh shit!
So it's prone and it has 0 movement. So
it has 0 movement until the end of its turn. So that is it. That's all.
Let me just re-roll this one more time just to make sure it's not a crit.
Do you have advantage on it?
Pack tactics.
Yes, you do. You do have pack tactics.
Yep, 9 is so it's not okay. It still hits, and I took the chunk out of him, and he's prone.
Yes, sir. And it is back to the top of the round, and your turn again.
I am going to bite it.
Go for it. Advantage for many reasons. Nice. Yep. 10 points of piercing plus 2, 12 points of
12.
piercing again.
Yep.
Sounds good. It's already prone, so I'm not going to make a strength save.
It would be funny.
It would be. He's even more prone than he was before.
Bonus action. I'm going to burn us.
Go ahead. Good.
No. This is just my first wild shape form. I'm good.
Okay. Chance, as you are now alerted to the presence of a you hear a roar on the deck. You hear howling from a direwolf, and you feel the whole ship shudder all at once as something big and leathery crashes through that grate in the center of the ship, and you can see it down the hallway. It looks like a giant bat wing that just kind of like pulls itself out eventually.
It was a mesh. It was a monster mesh.
well, can I get up on deck with my movement, or do I need a dash for that?
You will be able to get up on deck with your movement. You have to use all 30,
right.
but you can be there on deck.
If I get to there,
Uh-huh.
see that thing. Oh fuck! And I'm because everyone's there in a bit of a unfortunate amount of too close. I can't do my AOE.
Time.
Son of a bitch, it's prone, so I have disadvantage on hitting that.
I mean, everybody else was happy.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm gonna cast my new spell.
Ooh. Pray tell. Excellent.
Ooh.
Fantastic. So, as the shadow encompasses you, go ahead and put your aura of darkness on yourself.
Yeah, and I actually have a reason for doing this. Because this gives Moyle a target for teleporting.
Yes, it does. Anything within 10 feet of you is darkness / dim light. So it's a 10-foot radius. Yep, that's it. And then, so everything, since it's the middle of the day, everything is dim light around you currently.
As Chance kind of just speaks a few words in Infernal, and just what shadows exist from like the weird shade, just convalesce around him into this aura of spectral black flame.
Orb of darkness. Alrighty.
And
It is action and
that's
movement.
my turn.
Sounds good. Next up is our deck mage here. What can he do? He's a fun little man. He's a halfling, so he's reduces speed a little bit. But good thing is he has Misty Step, so that's good. So he's going to below deck run 15 feet there. Well, let's say 20 feet there. Misty Step up to. He has to get up to there because he can't see where very well otherwise. Turn around, see the Hydra, and be like, "Oh god!" And what the fuck? Oh, that's interesting. He's not going to do that, but that's very interesting. Let's do this thing. He begins to cast a spell and wave his hand around in space. And the target here is going to go ahead and make a con save. Normal roll. Natural 1. Sounds good. This is like...
Poor
the deck mage is like, get the fuck off my ship! And then the Hydra disappears and reappears 90 feet this way.
Does he just fall?
No. Well, yes.
You know,
Technically, yes, because he doesn't have speed.
You know, that doesn't exactly help.
60. So he's
Because we can't.
he's like.
Because it makes it
30
harder to
feet
kill it.
further up, so.
Fair.
It gives the chance for people to get ready for it, though. So it's over there, and it falls immediately as set distance. It is its turn next, though. That was actually very useful because it had things they wanted to do. And now it's got problems. So, can it be... I need to get the stat back up again. I don't know if I gave it hover or not. I did not. Okay, so that's bad ones. So it falls a considerable distance. So it's going to spend action and dash to get to about there. And we'll say... We'll say 40 feet below you. I can't do a minus sign, but we'll say that's 40 feet below you. And it's regaining. It is getting it is getting to you. The captain, who is on the deck for the first part of this, reaches over and rings the alarm bell that's kind of like next to the wheel. The crew is now, below deck as well as above, alerted to the fact that there's a monster attacking.
I don't know how they would have missed that, given the...
Wait,
Yeah,
that
there's a heavy sleeper on the deck that she really needs to figure out. She's gonna hold her action to attack. Actually, you know what she's gonna do? She's going to... So she was here. It was 30 feet, so she's got 25, 35, 4. She'll dash up to here. As a bonus action. And then use her action to help load the crossbow. The ballista. Dragonborn number 1. Do they have stuff they can do? Yes, they do. Pulls out a heavy crossbow. He's got a range of 100-ish feet, so this should be fine if he moves over here. And he's going to go ahead and take a heavy crossbow attack at the Skydra. And we'll roll 20 hits for 3. I need to remind myself how Hydra's hits work. At the same time, 25 or more damage in a single turn. Cool. So that hits for that. Flamora, you're up.
I'm gonna fly over here, land here, and fireball.
Alrighty, go for it. Dex save that shit.
Yeah.
It's 18. I'm assuming that's gonna succeed.
No! Wait, yes.
Yes, your DC is only 16. So 10 points of fire damage.
Stabbing. 7. Yes. Entered.
If only I had a method of like altering Moyle's composition at this stage, but I have to do that every level up. I can't do it just on the fly, or like per long rest, some shit like that. It would be nice to be able to give Moyle wings.
I thought we decided that you could do that after a long rest. You
Did we?
You could
Shit.
Yeah, you can reset your evolution points after a long rest. So, for the future.
Yeah, too late for this one, but I wasn't aware I could actually do that.
Not a problem. So this other Dragonborn doesn't have much else he can do, so he's going to continue to pilot the ship correctly. Moyle.
Moyle is going to shadow blend into this nice little bit to getting him on deck.
Does he have to see you?
He has to see the space he's teleporting to, I think. Let me pull up the...
Pretty sure he can't see you at the moment, so you can't have him teleport technically yet. Yeah, it can see within 30 feet. He can't see you. He's still below deck. Just as a
Well, it
heads up.
doesn't have to see me. He has to see the space. So, and I wouldn't have had closed the door behind me.
No, I know. He's not at the foot of the stairs. Like, the stairs kind of go up and then turn and then go up again. It's like a flight. And he's also in another room down there. So if you have him use his movement to get up, you could do that.
Well, how much of his movement could he actually be able to save after teleporting? Because
Let's say he can.
He took
if
me
he moves 10 feet,
thir-
he can see you and then teleport.
Alright.
Give him
all right, so he has 20 feet
extra.
left. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's just gonna hold his action to swing at anything that's within range.
Savanta fighting this guy alone. Alrighty. He is going to. Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, we're outdoors. Oh, yes. No one ever gets to use this.
Call lightning! Call lightning!
We're doing call lightning. I'm not fucking mad about it. You're outdoors. I'm gonna do it. So he doesn't get control of an existing storm because there is none at the moment, but he does get to call lightning down from the sky. So we're gonna do that.
Isn't the
third level.
Arcanite storm in the atmosphere an ever-present storm, though?
It's, I mean, it's not like an ever raging.
Yes,
It's
I
up
know.
there.
I was admittedly reaching there just for the sake of the meme.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool if you could control Arcanite Lightning, but we'll have to wait until one of those pops up first. I need to make sure he's concentrating. Where's the little timer? There. Okay. Call Lightning. Fantastic. So above the ship, just a roiling mass of storm clouds begins to appear. And then he causes lightning to shoot down onto the Hydra. So I think it makes a dexterity saving throw. So saving throws. 12 is a failure for sure. 19 points of lightning damage later.
Let's go.
Okay. She turns into a spell and you can use your action to call down lightning in this way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, action. Cool. And then as his bonus action, he'll pop Chalice.
And heal that guy that got a good chunk taken out of him.
I don't know if he can. Does his Chalice have a bonus action heal, or is it just when he heals someone? Good to that. Whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature. So he can't heal him with the bonus action, but he can heal more when he does heal. So that'll be his turn for now. All the crew. This guy is going to spend one action to get a crossbow started. This guy, all three of them are going to start loading crossbows. These guys are going to help with these two. So this crossbow currently is loaded. It needs an action for someone to fire it. So they'll do that on their next turn, provided they're still alive. This one needs one more action to aim it. This one needs one more action to aim it. Or, sorry, two more actions to aim it and then fire. And then it'll be ready to go. Dalavash, you're up. GA.
No, I just don't have much of an option, so it's like, The only thing I could do is hold my action, ready action to smack the bitch if it comes near me.
Cool. Holding action.
I do want to do RP fluff. The Dragonborn that said I was talking to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using that on him. So then, no, I'm not using action so he can respond back. So, see, I fucking told you. See, I fucking told you there was something.
He looks over at you real quick. He's like,
and only he hears it. Only he hears it.
That's fine. He looks back. He looks back at you, recognizing your voice and what you turned into. He's like, I never said there wasn't anything, but goddamn. And we'll call that your turn for now, until it comes closer. Chance.
Two bonus action. 2d8 to heal myself, burning up a spell slot.
Okay, cool. 13 points again. Chance's turn.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on here, so that way they can. Hold on. How does the aura work? Does it? Because I know it makes dim light.
Makes dim light within the radius if it's bright light already, and darkness if it's dim light already, and then anything that attacks you within the radius takes damage.
Yeah.
But I believe it only is you. I don't think it's any other target.
Yeah, no. It makes me heavily obscured though, so yes, I get disadvantage on targeting me anyway.
Yeah. I believe so.
Fireball!
Alrighty. So you're in the middle of the deck right now. You can't quite see it because it's out there, but it's 40 feet below you, so you don't really have an angle on it. If you move up to where Tavanta is, you can peer over the edge and shoot it.
I have the movement range to get there.
Sure. Go up one more square. There you
Pardon me, somebody's ringing my doorbell.
No problem. Go for it.
So I have fireball and do I just reroll ones? Yeah, just reroll ones. Not 1 to 2s.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 28 points of fire damage. DC 16 dexterity save.
DC 16. 7. That's a miss. 28 points of fire damage. Not a problem.
So I'm just picturing like it Chance just probably looking the coolest he has in this game. Just walking forward, the flames moving with him. He just holds out his hand and just boom.
Fireball. Now, since it did take 25 or more damage in a single turn, you blow one of its heads off with the fireball. So you pop it into the air and it explodes on the side of the Skydra, and one of the heads just goes sailing off into the distance, leaving only a charred stump where it was.
Yeah, and because I think it was a fire thing. I'm not trying to metagame, but I think if it's fire damage, it doesn't get the 2 heads. Just it's gone.
Yeah. Anything else you can do?
Nope, that's everything.
Okay. The mage is going to scurry on over here. Look off the side of the ship. He is going to... Oh, what does this do? Too far away. So it doesn't matter what that does. How far does this go? Well, it's still too far away. A lot of his stuff is like too far away for this thing to matter. I guess he'll magic missile it because that's the only thing he has that's within range. So we'll go ahead and magic missile at 3rd level. For fun reasons. 3, 4, 5 magic missiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I forgot I set it up to roll all 3. Never mind. Hold on. 3rd level. There we go. So 9 force plus 6 force is 15 points of force damage to the Skydra. Sounds good. At the end of the mage's turn, the Skydra is going to use 2 of its legendary actions to scoot on up over here.
Mom, go pick me up. I'm scared.
And then on its turn, it's going to attack you. It is now level with the boat. I believe its head's have reach, right? Yeah, 10 feet.
With her, it may actually have. Let me pull up the light rules again because it may have disadvantage because dim light.
No, that's heavier skirmit.
It has disadvantage on chance only, not anyone else.
Okay. Well, I just remember light rules can annoying at times. If it doesn't have dark vision, it may have a penalty in dim light. Oh no, I think it only has penalty like perception stuff in dim light. If it doesn't have dark vision or anything like that.
Well, natural 1 on chance. 25, 24, 22. I'm assuming all those hit every one that I was going for. This is 2 on Flamora, 1 on the mage, and 1 on chance. The 1 on chance obviously misses. So 25, 24 on Flamora, 22 on the mage.
How much damage? Sorry.
Total of 17 for you.
17 got.
Okay. And I believe that's the entirety of the Hydra's turn. Okay. Captain. Let's see what she can do. Some kind of ranged up. She has daggers, I think. She can get within range of it. She goes here-ish. So she's ducking under the crossbow. She's going to make 3 attacks. 13, 14 miss, 19 hits for 9 points of piercing. Dragonborn to the north goes ahead and does his crossbow thing again. Heavy crossbow. Natural 1, that's no. And Flamora.
Fucking shoots Devant in the back of the head.
Actually, at the end of his turn, at the end of the Dragonborn's turn, the Skydra's going to make a Buffet legendary action. Cost 2. Everything within 10 feet of it must make a strength saving throw. So that's the mage, Flamora, the captain, the guy on the crossbow, Chance, another crew member.
11.
Okay. Strength save, you said?
Strength saving throw.
Oh.
The 2 crew.
I knew it. The crew members are actually bandits.
I don't have that aura, my bad. It was just, that's 10, that's a fail.
Okay. This guy, 17. It's actually 6. Okay, so anyone who got below a 16, 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone.
Balls.
Then it's going to fly its speed somewhere else, but I'm going to decide that in a second. So let me take a look at my shit. 1 bandit failed, 1 bandit succeeded. So, unfortunately, one of them fucking dies. So this guy gets smacked with a wing, and it takes his head off, and he's just dead now. Right there. The captain, unfortunately, failed, so she takes the full 14. And is knocked to the ground prone. Other crew member manages to dodge it. Flamora, you are prone now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the wizard is prone as well. And then it flies around.
This doesn't count as an attack, it's an ability, so it doesn't take that 2d8, I don't think.
The what? From your
In my
shadow?
aura that, yeah.
Yeah.
This doesn't count attacks, I don't think it takes damage here,
Correct. It would not count as an attack.
which is kind of annoying, but...
60 feet.
And I keep concentration.
Okay, perfect.
Is it speed 60?
Yes.
Then it only moves 30, because it moves half its speed.
Oh. Let me try that again.
Come at me, brah.
Let's go fly over here. It does prompt an attack of opportunity from
Quite a
one
few
guy.
people.
Yeah, from a lot of people. Believe they do so with disadvantage if they're prone.
I'm not even gonna try to because I'll miss.
Hold on. Conditions prone. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack roll against the creature at advantage and the attackers within 5 feet.
Nope.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I have to go.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up here soon, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
She's gonna take a rapier attack as a reaction. That hits for 10. Oops, sorry, I didn't roll a disadvantage. Never mind. Disadvantage. Correct roll, please. 11 misses. Mage. The mage technically has a melee attack he can do, I think. He's got daggers. He's gonna reach into his robe and whip out a dagger and try to slash. God damn it. I keep doing that. Disadvantage. 12, miss. I think that's it. Nobody
Yep.
hit. Sounds good. The one crew member is, however, going to fire a ballista as its reaction to the Skydra flying by. Oh my god, he rolled a natural 1. He rolled a
Damn.
natural 1, which unfortunately means that as the Hydra flies by, it's going to take a reaction to snap at him. Natural 20.
Coronal shift. Fuck you.
Did you not use your reaction?
No, she
You
didn't.
So you
No.
can do that. Yeah, sure. Is it just
Roll
disadvantage?
Yeah.
I will roll the d20. It's 12 plus 8, so it's still 20 to hit.
Cool.
I
Not
mean,
crit.
it's still a different damage roll, but
I know, I'm going to roll different damage in a second. It's 1d10 plus 5.
Anyways, see ya.
7 plus 5 is 12. 12 points of damage kills him.
no, that's where I was. Damn.
Crossbow sails off into the distance, and one of the heads just snatches him out of the seat and whips him around and swallows him whole. Unfortunately.
Rip. Okay.
This guy continues to pilot the ship. Archmoyle.
Bonus action says the word, and then swing, swing, swing.
Go for it. You're technically in his space, so I'm going to move you back. Move back 1 diagonally to the right. There you go. Those are all hits. So we got 9 and 12 is 21, and 10 is 31, and 2 is 33 points of damage. Loses another head.
The pumpkin just noms the head.
The pumpkin just whack, 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 and the pumpkin on the third strike whips around and bites one of its eyes, and like burrows into its skull, and the head just goes limp and flops around on the body. So it's down to 3.
All right, that's Moyle's turn.
That's it. Tavanta, action, call lightning.
Bong.
Where the fuck is it? There it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go once. I think if we can speed up again. Oh.
I'm trying my best here. Dexterity saving throw. 18 succeeds, so half damage on the lightning. That is 8 points of lightning damage. So we'll do that. Every other crew member, the one directly next to him is going to fire disadvantage with a crossbow because he's panicked, but it's his one recourse he's got. It was 10s both times, so 16 actually does hit the Hydra. For how much is the Bliss's damage? 3d10. Excellent. 1, 2, 3. 10, 1, and 8. So 19 points of damage from that directly to it. I keep saying Hydra. I should say Skydra. This guy who's been slightly injured is going to whip out his sword and attack it because it's more immediate. 16 hits for 3. And then this guy is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at it. Light crossbow. 11 misses. The guy back here on the back of the ship is going to take another crossbow shot, this time not at disadvantage, as he whips it around and fires. It's a 20 to hit. That does hit. For 8, 3 is 11, and 9 is 20 points of damage. And he actually takes the kill, so he whips around this crossbow 180 degrees, aims it at the chest of the Skydra, and fires directly through it, piercing it and causing it to sail off the side of the boat into the abyss below, and it is dead. A random crew member gets 1,000,000 XP for fighting that thing.
Yeah, you better upgrade him to like a sharpshooter or something. Give him like bonuses.
He gets 1,000,000 XP. Unfortunately, we're in a game that uses milestone, so it's useless for him. But that's the Skydra fight, everyone. That was meant to be like, sort of like a boss battle if you guys rolled a 20, and by God, you did it. So hey, that's all we have time for, folks. We're going to continue with random encounters. Yep, we're going to continue with random encounters next game. So next week, hopefully, as soon as everyone's here, we'll be able to do that. We've got another 3 more to go. so that'll be at least the start of the next session. I don't know if it'll be all combat, but it might be. Might be some skill challenges. We might even get to your destination. We don't know. But we'll find that out next week. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Do we kill it?